Our next speaker is Giuseppe Nardoni. He's an electro-technical engineer and expert in diagnostic technologies. From 1960 to 1990, he served as research and quality director at ATB Brescia, working with petrochemical and nuclear components. Since 1991, he has led the INT Nardoni Institute. He has presented research internationally and currently directs the Italian journal Non-Destructive Testing. He founded the Italian Society for Non-Destructive Testing and served as president of ICN-DT and Academia NDT International. His involvement with the Shroud began in 1978 with the STURP team and includes organizing key conferences on its scientific analysis and authenticity. Giuseppe Nardoni.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I am involved in the Shroud from 1970. And for instance, immediately I believe in it. I think he's the Son of God. So, and initially one of my reference was Baima Bologna, Baima Belloni. And he was a criminology of Torino, and he made the first very interesting examination in the limitation he had. He has written books, and I organized with him in 1982 a conference in Rome. It was an international conference about the works of art, presenting the Shroud. And after that, I always followed the study, the research, reading the books, speaking with the people, organizing small meeting, and because it's something that, especially for a Christian, represents the three main importance, I would say, light of faith in which we have, from believing that there is Jesus. He was the first man that announced the resurrection, and then the last on the cross, he forgive and he make the sacrifice for all our sin. And this is something that also, personally, I'm a technician that works inside the science of material and working between mechanics and also physics, because going inside the material, you need to know what happens there inside. You know how the material is made. So this way I always take physics in my background, and also I try to make some step further. So when I was president of the International Committee, I invite many times, more than 5 or 6 times, some Nobel Prize, just to introduce in our also industrial field, in order to learn from these people how we have to think, how we have to learn from them, and how we shall be always simple when we face difficult problem, we don't reach to understood. We shall be a little patient and have the time. I met how is the Nobel Prize of the Mr. Higgs, and he announced a theory, and after 22 years, they demonstrated he was right. And he was a very nice, very simple man. And he tell with us, just speaking, and how physics is. That means be patent and step by step. In the shroud, we have seen the level of theory, the level of physics, the level of science is growing up. And we have not to be too much shocked to solve today everything or during this meeting. So we have to go step by step. And also another suggestion that I give in this conference, that I make really the greatest compliments for the organization, but also for the participant, because to have people here that from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock stay still here, frankly speaking, in Italy, it's not easy to manage a meeting like this. Okay, so now we go to my presentation. My presentation is fundamentally today on the image formation. There are many discussions and so on, and I, during the time, and helping especially with the results of STURP, STURP for me has made the greatest examination of the STURP in 1978. I was contacted from Modern because they need an X-ray equipment, so I arranged one. They were in Torino, and so I give him loan him an equipment for X-ray, because they need, in particular, to see if there were some pigments on the shroud, and you need an X-ray to see the pigment. Bene. You see, I start with, no, I have to go back.
Microphone.
Back. Okay, I start with Virgin Mary. This is frequently...
Hold the microphone.
Yes, excuse me. Oh, make me observation, because I'm a little bit... this, in many pictures, also we found this imaging. And I believe that the reason of this is that Virgin Mary, also I think, was the first who saw the shroud in the tomb, because who can take care of a cloth that wrapped a dead man? Only a very strictly parent. So she take with the other women, and when she wash probably the shroud, she saw the image of Jesus. And because the image of the shroud is water washable, it's not depending, you can wash and it's still okay. And then she take, because when Jesus died on the cross, before die, he said to John, that, Giovanni, he said to Giovanni, please take care to your mother, and also Virgin Mary was there. And they go to Ephesus in Turkey. I was there, and in Turkey, because it was dangerous, especially for apostoli and the people that were close to Jesus. And in Turkey, there has been discovered, after the indication in the 90s, after indication of a German nun, the home where Virgin Mary lived his last year. So this is one of the reasons that the shroud arrived and then in Constantinople, and then I would say in French. This place of now I was there to visit, and also the Pope are there. And today this place is an official place of Virgin Mary home. Here, okay, now all the research start from this time, 1894, when Secondo Pia and Avocat make the picture during the honeymoon of the Prince Savoia. He was invited, and they make the extension, and he make a picture. And when he developed this picture, he saw these things, he shocked in seeing this. And from this start, all our interest, the study, and this and this. The next one, okay, now we start, this is history, and this is now research. I say I come in contact with STURP. This way I follow also the result of these people, and very shortly I go through these results of these people. You see, this is the arrival in Torino, and over there you see is Jackson. He was here last day, and he was the leader of the group and give all the instruction before the beginning. Here we have the just a moment. Okay, and here we start to see how they were managing. You see the shroud and all the people inside. There were 20 scientists. For 1 week, Vatican give the possibility to make all the examination. So they make macrograph, micro, chemical analysis, ultraviolet, every type, chemical, and everything. And after 2 years, because they evaluate all the results and so on, they publish the results in a book. We in Brescia make the translation of the book, and the book you have seen some copy I take here, and from this we have the possibility to learn what they are doing in this. Here I have some picture of the people. This one is one of Lozano's laboratory. There were 6 main laboratories. One of NASA, Los Alamos, New England, and others, Sandia, and so on. So the micro, hai ragione, porca miseria. I take in my you see. Okay, il microfono. Sandia Laboratory, so the best laboratory of the United States were there. NASA take later, when they make the post-processing, use to analyze the shroud, also the software they use during the moon mission. So the best they had. This is very nice. Molto bene. So now we start with some findings of these people. And now we go into the matter. And in particular, today we will see really the image formation through the fiber. And this was always how we have the contrast and how they are discolored. Here you have three examples of the first one is a very general picture. The second one, you see the fiber, white, the yellow fiber on the white fiber. And here you see some fiber with some blue mark. In the next one, we see some picture related to the shroud. Here you have some of the foot. The other one is in the head to the crown of thorn. And in the next, this one is the one you have when the soldier pierced the Jesus to see if it is dead, and this is another one in the twist he has. And these are the best picture made by NASA with special software and special densitometer. And from this measurement comes out the three-dimensional image of the shroud. And this is one that is characteristics and typical of the shroud, because in the shroud you have three data. You have X and Y, that means in the planar area, plus you have the density. So always you have to mark in your diagram also the density. And here are the three. On the right picture, you see a special picture made with is called isodensity. And this isodensity was a very sensible one and was able to detect the coins in the eye of Jesus, because this was the tradition of the Jews to put the coins on the eyes, on the eye. And just to say the date, inside this there is Ponzio Pilato name, that was the governor of Judea, and one that was not friend, but one that condemned Jesus when he made his interrogation. Now, this again, we see other three very important things they found on the shroud. Here you have aloe, myrrh, and also many different types of pollens. Some of these types are typical of Jerusalem, and this is also some things that promote the presence of the shroud in this area. Now we go to the results of STURP, and the next one. No, this is the old one. Mamma mia, is the old. I have the new one. No, this. Okay, then we. But I have a small booklet, and in the booklet is the correct inside. So you have the correct map. And the result has been the following. The first is the most important. They found that there is a mathematical correlation between the distance of the cloth from the body. This is one thing is fundamental when we make any consideration on a new theory, new things, and so on. This one. The second, very important, is that the image is a monochromatic image. Fundamentally, is an image of different grade of yellow. When we will see in the simulation, yellow can be very wide yellow. If there are 2 or 3 yellow, are more dark. So now we come on the thing. Then the other results is that this is very important. All the fibrillae colored have the same color, only yellow. There are no other color. And you say, and the contrast, where come the contrast? The contrast come from the number of fibril that have been colored by the energy of photon or electron, of everything that comes over. In the next picture, okay, this is the basic picture that for the image. You see, in the first one, you see only a small fibrillae that have been colored. In the second, you see more fibrils colored, and the change. The other one more, and the other one more. This is the contrast of the shroud. We have made, here again, you see the yellow fibrillae. And here, you can see what we take some plastic with very light yellow, you see at the left side. And then we put some of this one over the other one. So you see that in some place you have lower brown, this high brown because you have more, and over there you have more again. So this is really the basic of the image of the shroud. In the next one, we become a little more quantitative, more laboratory. Here I am in my laboratory, and we start to measure the density, because this is fundamentally in the shroud. That means density is the logaritmo by 10 of the light that go up to, and the light that go in the other side. Generally, in the shroud, the density, that is a normal value that we use in radiography, perhaps in radiography, a good radiography should have a density between 2 and 4. If you have less than 2, it's not good. More than 4 is not good. Here, from the measure that we have made, what we do, we have made measurement with density, putting together many pockets. So from one pocket we have a certain value, and we arrive up to 10 sheets of yellow plastic that simulate the fibrils, and you come to a density of 0.89. In generally, we have seen that making a test that we will see later, on the shroud you are in the value of 1 where you have the highest value. Here we are on the shroud, and on the shroud what we have made from a hard copy, we make it transparent, and then we have made the measurements. And in this case, we have seen that the mathematical relation between the distance of the cloth to the head is perfect. That means is respected in all places. That means you have in the head, generally you have the highest density, that is around 0 points, you can see over there. The density is about 0.60. Here is the hair, 0.56, 0.58. And in the arms you go 0.70, 0.71. That means where you see where the cloth touch, you have higher density. Also in the head, you have higher density, and also in the head. In the others, in the back side, that we see in the next one. This is again. This is the front part of the body, density, and the other one is not there. No. Come back. Oh, it's here, yes. So we have the two area which we have hair, and then we have height 0.8, 0.7, and the arms are 0.70, and where the cloth don't touch, then you have lower value. And this is confirmed by questa qui è, this is in, okay, this is head, okay, this is head, you see 0.70, 0.75, then you go down 0.5, then you go in the other place 0.20, that means where the cloth is not touching, the density go, but because in generally it's related to the type of radiant energy. Now we have to speak in this way. We cannot say is an X-ray or is an radiation from neutron or is radiation for other things. We cannot say this. But in any case, there is a radiant energy that provoke the discoloration of the fibrillae. And according this discoloration, we have the density. So the density is the fundamental, I will say, parameters that give the three-dimensional part of the. To give to what I say, to give this energy and to make this picture here, if you do, suppose you have to do a radiography, means that all the body of Jesus should emit the same quantity of energy. And not only the same quality, but this energy shall be directed vertical, because the shroud is very high definition. So, in terms of a radiologist, you can say that the shroud is the radiography, the radiography of the interface between the body of Jesus and the cloth. You say, is air? Oh, yes, but air in terms of radiation has attenuation. So if it is very in contact, less attenuation, density 0.7. Where is far, you have attenuation because it's a distance, and then you have less value, and then you have 0.3, 0.5 in density. And this value, I think, we can make better, because we can make better, I would say, transparency of the shroud in order to have also a better quality in the density, because we make something very fast. So in this case, we... because this question of the radiography of the interspace is very important, also for the indication for the theory that will come up, as we have seen today. There are many theories. So this is an indication also in the evaluation of the new proposal in the...
I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Why is the back?
Yes,
Why
this
is
is
the
the back.
0.24
Yes.
and head and shoulders at 0.73
This is the back, but
and
I
0.59?
look... Yes. Questa qui è la parte, this is the density, and this is the back part, yes?
Away from the superior, the shroud,
Yes, you have this
from rigor mortis.
lack of density of the body. You see the head is always very high. Then you come to the shoulders are also very high. In between the shoulder, because they are very in contact, here in the middle, the skin go a little flex, yes. Then you have little vest. Then here again, in the back, you are in the
Thighs.
thigh, no, the back, shoulders.
And then the upper legs, the
Yes.
thigh.
But the legs are also at rigor mortis, away from the shroud. Why wouldn't they be low like the back?
And here you have the legs. You see the legs in 040, 042. These are the body in the head. Yes, this is very good, yes. So this you can see very well the position of the... And here is the simulation with the plastic yellow in order to see how the density change according the number of fibrils that are colored during the I have a full diagram inside there, but I have here many in my booklet. If you have, okay, you see, in my booklet you have this imaging. That means is the full body, and as we indicate all the
distance.
yes, the distance of the... So these are the main important things. But now, and now we come in the next part here, and everything can be... Ma non c'è neanche... Right? That means to realize this, that means all this density, as I tell you before, you need an energy from the body. But the body was gelid and cold. So it's very difficult to imagine in 3 days to have an energy that can colorate the fiberless in this occasion. So at the end we have to join what said this morning. Till now, we have to say that science has no answer how we reach this density. And the only the only consideration that we can make is that this is an event, unexpected event, because we have no energy, but there is energy because we have scolored. So following this, we can say that it's like a miracle. So, till now, with the shroud that has this very, I would say, mathematical reply about physics, because it really reply in very proportional way, without any source of energy. It's an exceptional event, not justifiable, not justifiable by physical or a biological law. For the moment, we can say it is a miracle. And this also, if you go in artificial intelligence and you ask what is a miracle, you say miracle is an unexpected event, inexplicable with the normal way that we have. This is today what we can say about the shroud. Really, we cannot add any other, I would say, theory that gives us the definition of the Jesus and also the density corresponding to the different part of the body. So today is 25 years, and after the conclusion that we can arrive today is that it's a miracle, and we have to stay, and we are also happy. It's not a chaotic system that, no, is supported. That means science, in this case, support miracle. This is, and we must be happy about this because, yes.
Absolutely.
Question, if you have some question to.
I think
Yes.
the way that you displayed the, just a comment, I think the way that you displayed the fibers and the density is really magnificent. I've never seen it that well done from the point of view of the color and so forth. I commend you on that.
Yes, no, because it was also for me always where comes density, and reading line by line the report of STURP, in one line I saw all the fiber have the same yellow color. Mamma mia, I say. Now this is give me to make a step inside the interpretation, because instead you cannot make this interpretation. But now it's very clear. So you cannot say it's a mystery, the image. No, it's not a mystery. It's very clear. It's like a radiography, because in radiography, what you do, in radiography you have a radiation. The radiation is impressing the grain of the film. More you impress, more density you have. So more, and also, it's just I smile, but when Jesus made the radiograph of his body, also he calibrated very well the exposure time, because when making radiography, just sometimes you make all too white, all too black. But the shroud, you can see from the top up to the end. So you need energy, you need constant energy from all the part of the body, and you need the correct exposure time. And when you see the shroud, you see always in transparency, as you see radiography. In the hospital, in the place you go, you see in transparency. So you see that we must, if we like, to consider, as I have seen in this meeting, the shroud really a relic of a Christian for which we have devotion, and then on this part we must be very solid. We have no doubt. Also, there are people that have always doubt. No. We must be very sure at this time. Bene. Allora, grazie. Thank you very much for your time. Apologize me because I have some trouble with the presentation, but in any case, we come to the correct end, and the shroud really, I think. And what I suggest is also to organize, I think, in next conference, perhaps in 2 or 3 years, in Rome, and then I promise you that if we go in Rome, we go to the Pope. Yes, because when I organized in 2000 the International Conference of Non-Destructive Testing, we went to the Pope. Yes, and we need your testimony to take devotion to the shroud, because sometimes the physical discussion make down the devotion, because so we have to help the devotion also for the shroud. Bene, good night, have a good time. All the best, my friend.
He taught physics. I heard he
Molto bene.
he taught physics.
Thank you very much.
So I know. So I